So Rob picked the upset happening for
Yeah,
UCLA.
it was a no.
But who really believes in Chip Kelly after all the crap that he's been in? Either.
So, I mean, two reasons that led me to pick it were mostly about Chip Kelly. This was his first out-of-conference win and his first season opening win with UCLA.
That's correct.
So, I mean, I looked at that and went, I'm going to pick against Chip Kelly just in case. And yeah, it did not work out that way.
But
let's go ahead and answer Slade's question here because he said he's got to go, but I don't want to. He has a good question. Thoughts on UNC after losing most of their best players from last year, as well as just having a wide receiver go down? Had to ask now because I'm getting busy. That's the reason why I don't think Sam Howell's not even going to be in the top 5 running for this year's Heisman, just because of that reason. I think they lost too many weapons, and I think people were blinded by the fact that Michael Carter and Javonte Williams were so damn good. Yeah. You don't have any of those weapons to save you this year. We don't know what the running game of UNC is going to look like because you had 2 damn good running backs that you could put number 1 in any category.
I'm also not discounting Mac Brown. I mean, I think that team's still going to be good. And if Sam Howell's the real deal, there's pressure on him this year to put the team on his shoulders for sure.
You can't lose
that much top talent. It's true.
Yeah, but you can't lose to Florida State too. That sucks. When you were the number 5, team in the country too. Yeah. Like, we sucked. We were total hot garbage. There's no reason why UNC should have won. So I don't understand why people have Sam Howell in such high regard. I mean, that's cool that you threw, 60-yard bombs downfield on our defense. Our defense was trash outside of Asante Samuel. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, you look good on paper, but Sam Howell's not going to touch the Heisman. Just everybody get that out your mind. Mac didn't sound that confident, but Mac's old too, so who knows? His old ways are not coming back for UNC. I'd see him with 2 more good years, especially if they're losing seasons. He's out again. So head over to the Rainbow Warriors versus the Bruins here. 10-44, like I said, Rob predicted that the Rainbow Warriors are going to come in to UCLA, and you actually sparked a good conversation we had last week on what if Tua would have went to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So what was your thoughts behind that, Rob? Because I mean, I could agree with you somewhat, but they have put people on upset alert too.
Oh, sure, they've done it in the past. I mean, just them coming over to the West Coast to the mainland, they historically have had a decent passing offense. I'm harkening back to like the Mariota days,
right?
Well, not Mariota, he was Oregon. I'm thinking I got Chip Kelly on the brain, but I mean,
but he was Samoan too, so
yeah. And so I'm mostly, I was mostly down on Chip Kelly, thinking that he wasn't going to win another opener. That they really have hovered at or under 500 with him every season. That they've just underachieved. So really, I just kind of picked against him as a potential upset.
I gotcha. I mean, UCLA did look really good. I got to give it to them. And I think they might scare a lot of teams off this year as well. Not scare them off, but, give teams better competition because they were ramping up. At one point, the Pac-12 wasn't looking that good, and they could have been number 1 in their division. It was real weird.
Yeah. I mean, their O-line was beating up an overmatched team this whole game. I mean, that's really...
Yeah, and that running back, the transfer they got, Zach Charbonneau. I mean, 6 carries, 106 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
caught a reception for 14 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid went off, and
the team had 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah,
I mean, they just beat him up. I mean,
that's crazy to think about. You had 6 carries, 106 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 3 of your 6 half of your carries were touchdowns.
Yeah, he had 17.7 yards per carry.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
insane.
Yep. So not a lot to say here. Just a dominant performance by the Bruins. Hawaii's got to get it together.
Yeah,
maybe they can reel in some of these Samoan players that are actually really good.
Mean, I was a little higher on Hawaii's quarterback too. That Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He was not impressive. Again, I mean, their line was overmatched up front, but
sure.
I mean, he went 10 for 20 for 130 yards and 1 second half touchdown. You know, it was just a bunch of overthrows, but then also coming up short on deep balls. I mean, holding the ball too long. Like any mistake he could make, I mean, sort of short of putting the ball on the carpet. Like he did not look great either.
You know what I want to do now? I want to go when the next NCAA game comes out. I want to go and recreate all the famous Samoan players that came out of Hawaii and put them on Hawaii.
An all-islander team.
Troy Polamalu, Marcus Mariota, Tua Tagovailoa, his brother as a third string. Like all of these crazy good players.
Wait, are you going Manti Te'o too?
Oh yeah, you got to put Manti Te'o.
Manti,
yeah. I might even stick him at strong safety because there might be so many linebackers that he might not be able to fill that position. Hey, Brian Urlacher did it, right? But then, of course, you got to have the legend himself at fullback, like Mike Allstott. You know who I'm talking about, right? Chris Full, Matu Ma'afala. You got to put him on the team too. My God,
that's a name, man.
Star Lutulele, yep. And then it might be DJ right now. Yeah. We'll see.